Classic Rock 94.9 and 104.5. On the phone with me, I have the man himself, the frontman for Three Dog Night, making his way to Idaho Falls December 27th, Mr. Danny Hutton. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Shaggy. Everything is good. The rain has stopped. For us, bad weather is 60 degrees and rain.
Oh, man, that would be fantastic. See, you are in for a treat over here because it will more than likely be snowing and freezing.
Well, that's good. You know, I was brought up. I came from Ireland and ended up in Boston when I was 5.
Oh, man.
And then I lived there until I was 11 or 12. So I know all about the winter and snow
and the cold and rain and all that sort of stuff, huh?
Yeah, when you can't unzip your coat because your hands are numb. I know.
Oh, yeah. I've been there and done that for sure.
But I'm in Lower Canyon in Los Angeles, and life is good.
Bit of better weather over there then.
Yeah. I bought my house from Alice Cooper.
Oh, really?
So,
yeah, Alice Cooper's the man. I've met him before. Very nice guy.
Yeah, very nice guy. Vincent. Yeah, you know, he was a really good athlete, good track man. He's a distance runner.
My memory with Alice Cooper, I actually met him with my 3-year-old son, who he was 2 at the time, but he threw a monster truck at Alice Cooper. And I'm like, Alice, I'm so sorry, man. He's like, oh, no worries. He's like, I got grandkids. We're good to go. He picked him up and, gave it to him.
Oh, yeah, his father's a minister.
Yeah.
He named his kid Dashiell.
Just like your son.
Dash. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I said at first, what a unique name, and all of a sudden I'm hearing all these dashes.
So Three Dog Night, you guys have been around for like 52 years, of course, minus a bit of a hiatus in the 70s. Does it feel like it's been that long, 52 years?
No, none of it. None of it does. It's. I'm 77. And, I have a studio here at the house, a real studio. And we just finished our first album in 41 years.
Wow.
with new songs. And it's like, I wrote 6 of them, and we're so excited. We're the original producer and engineer. So we're really excited about that. So I feel refreshed, new, I got lazy for a long time, and I said, it's time to do some new stuff. So it's going to be fun.
When can we expect that a release date for that?
Well, I'm guessing February. We're just finishing it up, the mixing, and you don't want to release anything around Christmas, so let's get lost.
Yeah.
It's not a good time. So probably February, and I'm not going to do one of those inflict on the audience. We're going to do 7 new songs for you tonight.
Yeah.
They're not there to see. We had 21 hits in a row, and a lot of people got married to the songs or went on their first dates and all that stuff. So we're going to put the album out and then kind of see which songs people are attracted to, and we'll slowly put them in the set.
I think that's a good idea because, like you said, there's nothing worse when you go and see all the hits and they're like, all right, we're playing our entire new album now. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. That's fine if somebody wants to do that. I get a kick out of these young bands that say, we're not copping out. Well, we're not doing any of our hits. It's like, well, bye-bye.
Yeah. Then no one's coming to see you.
Long.
Yeah.
Our band is there for the audience, to please the audience, not to please ourselves. So I get pleased doing the songs because every night we're usually in a different city and a different environment at a different time of the year. So it's wonderful. We'll go out on a Thursday and I'm home on Sunday until the next Thursday. So, we play with the London Symphony Orchestra. Mm-hmm. I mean, we did an album with them. So we do symphony shows, outdoor shows, amphitheater shows, wonderful, those 1,500-seater old vaudeville movie theaters. I love those places. The civic centers. So it's always different. It's wonderful. And, I'm just very happy this time in my life. I'm feeling healthy. I'm 6 feet. I weigh exactly what I weighed in 1971, 160 pounds.
There you go. Congratulations.
And I walk my dog every day. I've got this present, Brian Wilson's best man at this last wedding. And so we're out around Christmas time and walk by a pet store. Uh-huh. And he said, look at those cute dogs. And I saw a little French bulldog puppy. And I said, I love that dog. So unbeknownst to me, the next day he went into the pet store and they'd sold the little French bulldog.
Oh, no.
He weighed about 15 pounds. So he bought me a Labradoodle, 90 pounds. Well, it was a puppy. Thank you, Brian. Anyway, I walk the dog every day, so it's good exercise.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good source of exercise indeed. Now, when you guys were playing, back in the days, starting out, playing at the Whisky A Go Go and places like that, did you ever think that, playing at the Whisky, as we know now, so many bands got their start there, the Doors and Jefferson Airplane, and you guys just name a few.
Well, once you were playing the Whisky, you were on your way already. It was not like this little unknown club. Cream played there, B.B. King, everybody you could think of, Pink Floyd. So when we were playing there, I was going, well, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember this, we started like 68, 69, and by 1965, I'd been on 5 record labels. I'd had 3 top 20 hits in L.A., so I'd been around a while. And then things slowed down for me, but I went out on tour with Sonny and Cher when they had I Got Your Babe and all that stuff, and Len Berry, 1, 2, 3. So I've been around, and then I came back, and then Frank Zappa and I both went to MGM Records and did some songs over there. And then my manager, I was the first act that he ever managed, phoned me and said, "Hey, I got a gig. I'm now the president of Brother Records," which he said I didn't know, and he said, "Yeah, the Beach Boys' new record company.
Yeah. So
I want you to come out to meet Brian." So I did, and he had just done the original Good Vibrations, which was like Phil Spector-y kind of a song. It wasn't at all like what he did later, but for me to sing the lead on it. So we just became really good buddies. I was there for all the Pet Sounds album, God Only Knows, all those songs. I was in the studio learning from him. He was like my mentor.
That's crazy. Did you know that you were witnessing history at that point?
Well, I knew I was in the center of the music world. Brian Wilson was at the peak of his powers.
Oh, yeah.
The Beatles were freaked out. Paul McCartney said his favorite song ever by anybody was God Only Knows. And I just saw him at the studio, and I learned just how good something has to sound. These big speakers, and you think you're going, wow, it sounds good. Speakers have to shake your clothes. Mm-hmm. They got to be that big to sound good, at least in those days. So, I learned a lot from him. Anyway, then I called up Corey, who I met on tour, and I helped produce the song when he got back in town. And then we auditioned and finally got the third singer. And my whole idea was, let's get 3 lead singers. Nobody's doing that. I mean, Motown had these incredible 5 guys that all could sing their butts off. They'd have 1 guy on the mic, and then 4 guys dancing off the mic in the background. And I said, no. 3 guys up front. Whoever sings lead, the other 2 parts should be as loud as the lead, so you get this big triad sound, which ended up, in a way, being a horn section. And you get the 4 musicians, bass, drums, that kind of thing. And that was different. And that was the start of everything. So getting back to the original thing, by the time the Whisky happened, we kind of took off like a rocket. But everybody in the band, all 4 musicians, it was a band. It wasn't just 3 guys. All the musicians who didn't sing with us much, except some chorus stuff, they were all the lead singers in their own bands. So we had some real no rookies.
Professionals, veterans.
Yeah, and there's nothing at all wrong with, especially some of these punk groups and stuff that they know 5 chords and they're full of energy, and you can kind of see them grow as they do their albums. That's wonderful too.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the way we did it. We did it the way we did it.
Yeah, and you know punk bands better than a lot of people. A lot of people might not know this, but you actually managed punk bands. One of my favorites, Fear, with Lee Ving.
Lee Ving, yeah. Durf Scratch. yeah. Lee. I walked in and I just said, that's a star. And they were wonderful because they were kind of crazy. It was almost like they were, they're swearing and they're filthy and all that, but it was like they're kind of humorous, but like a wrestling act, where there's a villain.
Oh, of course.
And their songs, they were, to me, the first speed metal group. I mean, they really could play. They were tight. They were the real deal. And all the other groups, when we'd be backstage, they're all in fear.
Yeah.
I mean, because they could kick the bottom, as they would say. All the other groups are almost kind of like theater, they are like artsy kind of people. Lee was not above kicking a girl if she's trying to hit the stage. But he'd be backstage saying, "God bless you. Nice to meet you. God bless you." Most people don't know that.
Now, was that weird for you to kind of go from more melodic groups like working with Brian Wilson and, of course, Three Dog Night to, this in-your-face punk rock?
Yeah, but see, my whole feeling always has been, when they say, "What do you like musically?" I like what's good.
Yeah.
What is good? That's really got it. Eminem, I love his records. But I love folk. I love Bob Dylan. I love symphonic music. Tony Bennett, one of my heroes, 92. He's out there doing almost as many gigs as us. That's what I want to be doing.
I'm the same way as you. I like anything from Frank Sinatra to Slipknot. I like it all.
I think putting your mind in a musical ghetto is just a way not to grow.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And it's funny. I was thinking the other day about it, and people think I'm crazy. And it's just my own philosophy. In like 5 or 10 years, people are going to think rap is old-fashioned.
I know. It's weird, huh?
Everybody thinks, okay, this is it now. Everybody, but and all the vocorders and all the twisting of the notes and stuff. It's going to be like women's shoulder pads in the 80s. Everybody's got to go, oh, yeah, that's from, remember the old days, 2020? Everybody did that. People don't realize that yet.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember when Marilyn Manson was the biggest crazy guy on the face of the earth, and now it's like nowadays it's nothing.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like, maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but I'm doing a lot of, because of how we're editing, I want to keep the Three Dog Night band vibe, but I want to modernize, using some synths and stuff. But when there's like a little break, they don't do the kick drum with the 4 on the floor to keep the beat, all that kind of stuff. I get all of that. If you listen, you probably know, people don't fade records out anymore with a chorus outro, which slowly gets softer. And they just, whoop, they stop the song. So I try to do those elements in songs. But I just hear some songs, and they're just using the F word, the N word, the S word. It's like, I guess they either talk like that all the time, but I have a feeling a lot of it is that shock value or being hip, and it doesn't speak to me. I just don't think it's necessary.
Oh, for sure.
I always tell my kids, I said, there is a place for a swear word. If you hit your finger with a hammer or something, or you're really angry about something and you let the word slip out, that's one thing. But just to mindlessly swear, use the F word in front of every 4 words, to me, you're lazy or stupid. Your vocabulary is not really doing that well.
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's a time and a place. I mean, you just look back at cinema history, Gone with the Wind. There's one swear word in the entire movie, and there's a time and a place for it.
Yeah, the damn.
Yep.
Damn you.
Yep, the very end there. So, I mean, that's all it needed. So real quick, I'll ask you one last question and I'll let you go. I know you got other things to do today. It was revealed earlier this year that the Universal Fire from 2008, speaking of records, that some of Three Dog Night's material was actually destroyed in that. Yeah. How did you take that when you found that news out?
Michael, our original guitar player, he phoned me, and I kind of looked it up, and our lawyer, he just said, we had a meeting, we're going to do some other project. And he said, all right, I'm going to get into it and find out exactly what's going on. Because I don't know if it was master tapes or if they transferred the master tapes to digital.
Yeah.
But still, it's crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen with that,
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you know better than anyone that it takes a long time to put a record together and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And to have it just, the masters disappear like that or catch on fire is awful.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the masters, sometimes you want to remix them or use them in a commercial. Somebody's going to pay a lot of money. They want to duck out stuff, or they want to loop it, or change or add something and all that, and it's lost. A lot of that stuff was mono locked in, and you couldn't change anything on it. So, I know it's horrible what happened.
But hey, we got a new Three Dog Night record coming out in February.
The Road Ahead. It's called The Road Ahead.
The Road Ahead.
And it's going to surprise a lot of people. I know a lot of older people or old bands go, yeah, we've got a new album. And it's like, okay. Yeah. This is, the reaction I've had from people is pretty insane. We'll do one new song from the album, closes the album. So, I won't say any more than that. And
I'm looking forward to it.
The hardest thing in the world is to put a new song in when all your other songs are hits. And then for people to hear a new song, it's like, where are we going to put it? We ended up putting it in the encore, which is like Suicide normally. And it gets a standing ovation every night. It gets the best reaction of every song we do. And that's insane. So that's all I'll tell you.
Hey, it's about progression and keep going, right?
Yeah, that's it. Keep your ear to the ground and listen for trains.
Exactly. Well, hey, Mr. Danny Hutton, thank you so much for calling in today. Three Dog Night going to be at the Idaho Falls Civic Center December 27th. You can get tickets on your website.
Yeah, listen, if you like our records, we sound, I know it sounds insane, we sound as good or better than our records. And my mother used to say, my Irish mother, self-praise is no praise at all. But I'm just telling the truth. All right.
Hey, that's all right.
That's a bad way to end.
Hey, no, it's all good. Do you know what? You've earned no need to be humble, all right? You're good. You've made a solid career for yourself, and we're looking forward to anything in the future.
All right. Thank you, Shaggy.
Hey, thank you, Danny. We'll catch you December 27th. Looking forward to it.